What if the story isn't over? What if the answers were buried? What if we've been looking, but never seeing? Ancient footprints in forgotten stone, maps that charted worlds unknown, voices hidden in the desert sand, pages torn by unseen hands, broken temples, silent skies, questions buried beneath the lies. Every answer breeds a doubt, every mystery calls us out. They said believe, don't ask why, just close your eyes and pass on by. But shadows move behind the wall, and sometimes truth is strangest of all. Question everything, question everything. The stories they tell, the things they conceal, the ones that won't heal, the secrets revealed. Question everything, question everything. Through the darkness we ascend into devil's advocates beyond. Lost sacred text in hidden caves, words that survived 1,000 graves. Watchers staring from the stars, ancient lights on distant shores. Science finds what science knows, yeah, deeper currents still may flow. Signals buried in the noise, whispers underneath the void. A ghost in time, a fractured clue, a strange event nobody knew. The universe refuses chains, and every answer changes names. Question everything, question everything. The books they burned, the truths erased, the missing years, the empty space. Question everything, question everything. Follow wonder to the end, into devil's advocates beyond. Who built the monuments? Who crossed forgotten seas? What sleeps beneath the ocean floor? What moves between the trees? What if the myths remember what history forgot? What if the impossible is simply what we're not? Think for yourself. Fear no question, fear no answer. The search is sacred. Question everything, question everything. the journey begins.
All right, welcome to the Devil's Advocates Beyond. This is my second show of the night after the Crimes After Dark show on the main channel, where we talked a lot of true crime and we screamed and yelled and made a bunch of noise until I'm a little hoarse. But hey, this is a smaller, more intimate group. Welcome to my place, and I hope that you will interact with us tonight. I've got Robin. I'm bringing Robin on right now. There's Robin, my co-producer of both channels. And Robin, you and I are just going to chill a little bit, see what people say.
Yeah.
Take some questions, see what anybody's in the mood for. I don't have a plan. We're just trying to get in the habit, the routine of meeting together on Friday night after Friday Night Fuckery on the main channel. And so both of us have had long days. Longer for you because you're on the East Coast, right? So.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm on the East Coast, but yeah, so we had a great show over there. We're going to have a great show here too. So great to see everybody coming into the chat. Always love seeing all our regular peeps. And if you're new here, you're in for some entertaining conversation for sure.
Jeff, the guitarist, is here. Welcome, Jeff. We've had some conversations before. And by the way, I'm trying to get some stuff launched. I have big ambitions. I have a lot of things to say. I've been doing a very ambitious series of the Book of Enoch. I did another episode for that. It's available right now for members only. It'll be published on Sunday morning for those who want to follow that. We're on like part 6, I think, of the Book of Enoch, and I don't know, roughly halfway through the book. But there's a lot of stuff to come. I started a new series also called As Above, and it goes along with the phrase so below. As above, so below. So the idea is that we're going to look into the origins of astrology and the belief that planets and zodiacs and whatever are conscious entities that affect the lives of men on Earth. We'll talk a little bit about where that idea came from, what the ancients felt, what the leaders of our world today believe. Do they still believe in those ancient beliefs, or they just do it for fun? And we'll talk a little bit about that. Hopefully you'll check those series out. There was a really big series. I have a lot of things to say. And then we're going to get Sue from Revelation Tarot. She and I are interested in astrology together. Of course, we're talking about other things like tarot and other things. We talked about the paranormal. Some people have said they love the As Above series. I'm so glad I only have one episode of As Above, but I've been laying phenomenal. I've been laying out the next one. I'm super excited. The next one's going to be about the moon. It's going to be all about the moon. About an hour. I'm going to try to do it in an hour, but I've got it already laid out a little bit. We're going to talk all about the moon and what people believe about the moon and why they got the idea that, you know, you ever heard the phrase, the lunatic? The lunatic is on the grass. Where did they get the idea for the lunatic? It's based on the lunar cycle. The idea that when the moon comes out, people get a little crazy. And all those crazy. We'll talk about all the stuff related to the moon, and then we'll move on to the sun, and then we'll move on to other planets of our galaxy, and then we'll start getting into the zodiac. And when we get into the zodiac, I'll probably have Sue join me to talk about astrology and how certain planets and certain houses in the sky affect your mood. And the moon is made of cheese. One says, "Welcome, one." Thank you very much. The moon is plasma. Someone says the moon is an artificially created device that was designed to put there and keep our tides in motion, and is actually placed there artificially. The moon is hollow is another common belief that the astronauts who went to the moon actually hit it with something and it made a loud gonging sound like a bell ringing because it was actually hollow inside the moon. There's a lot of thoughts about the moon. Did we in America land on the moon, or was that all faked? Was that a collaboration with Clockwork Orange guy, Stanley Kubrick? Does Stanley Kubrick fake the moon landing? We talk about that. We're going to talk about all those kind of things on this show. So welcome. And I'm looking at the chat to see if there's anybody that wants to talk about, Pink Floyd. The lunatic is on the grass. I can't copy what's his face's voice, but hey, it's all good. Actually, I could if I lowered my register a little bit. That wasn't even close to the register he was in. So, anyways,
shall I put the link out?
Yeah, put the link out so we can join people up on stage if they'd like to come, because we're a small, little intimate group. I'm looking, like I said, I don't have an agenda. We have finished. I have pretty much finished 21 days. I was going to do 30 days. I finished 21 days of tarot readings with the Oracle deck, Path of Shadows Oracle. And I've been keeping, I had somebody donate this deck. I think J.C. Fitzpatrick, who's probably in here in the chat, I think donated this deck. And I opened it up live. I did a video reviewing this deck, my first look, and then I worked with it I was going to do 30 days, but I decided to do 21 days. We did 21 days. And the stories that I connected with this is now, I shit you not, this is now a favorite deck that I own. I own a lot of decks, but this is my favorite now. Now, I've got a lot of other decks to review. I've got a whole bunch of decks in plastic like this one, and a whole bunch of decks that have been donated now since I've been blessed by a community that wants to help me with that. And so I've got, and what I think I'm going to do, like, I think I got 3 decks from J.C. Fitzpatrick here in the room. Like she said, thank you for being here and thank you for those decks. Jennifer Fulstrom, did you give me any? I don't remember. Brandy gave me some. Anyways, I've got a number of decks, about 7 or 8 of them. And I'm thinking I'm going to do a dice roll to determine which one of the decks I open up next. So rather than working through the 3 decks that have all been given to me by JC, I might actually randomly pick, and it could be one by somebody else. That way it's a little bit more fair, and you don't necessarily have to wait for 7 or 8 months to get your deck looked at that you bought for me. So I appreciate that. Got the wife backstage. Rhonda joined backstage. I'm assuming she doesn't want to be on camera, but Rhonda, you can be on camera if you wave at me and you want to be on camera. She's like shaking her head.
No.
Fuck no. Don't want to be on stage. All right. So I haven't mailed your deck yet. Looks like Jennifer's got a deck that she's going to get from me. I appreciate that so much. Lee, are you familiar with the zodiac sign that got left out? Ophiuchus? Ophiuchus. No, apparently not. Now, I got lots to say about the zodiac, but I'm not well. And what would be cool about that is, in occultism, the number 13 is a hidden number. So would it be a surprise that there are 12 zodiac signs, but there's a 13th sign that's been hidden from people? Wouldn't be surprising at all. That is a cult ritual to hide things in the number 13. Got things to say about the number 13 in a future show as well. The 13th zodiac sign. So that's interesting. I'm not sure if I've heard of Ophiuchus. So we'll have to look into that. Ophiuchus? Ophiuchus? I don't even know how to pronounce it, but thank you for bringing that up. We'll look into that. Any other questions, comments, concerns, things you want to talk about? Have you been watching my show, my channel, I should say? Are you a member? Have you been taking advantage of some of that content? I've heard some people don't realize I've been doing a daily journal with the tarot cards, the oracle cards I've been given, and I post it on a WordPress site. And then I post the link in community posts for members only to say, hey, another day of my journal is out. So to read that journal, you have to see the post come up on the YouTube, and then you click on the link to go to the journal. But I've been told not a lot of people understand that there's a journal out there that they would like to follow along. Questions, comments. I'm wide open on discussions. We can talk about things that Sue and I have talked about when we did the paranormal show together on whether or not spirits can be caught on camera. We could talk about the zodiac. We could talk about the tarot. We could talk about oracle. We can talk about Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus.
Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus is how you pronounce it, apparently.
Living Dead Girl says Ophiuchus. She's got an extra syllable in there. Interesting. Ophiuchus.
I'm putting the link to your...
Ophiuchus or Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus, Jeff the guitarist says. Look at that. Jeff the guitarist just surprised me by knowing more about the astrology stuff. Is a large constellation located between Scorpio and Sagittarius, often dubbed the unofficial 13th zodiac sign. Very cool. And I would believe that people who are into occultism would love a hidden. I know a potty. I don't think it's Ophiuchus, but appreciate it very much. Good pronunciation, though. I appreciate it. What else? The healer sign is Ophiuchus or Ophiuchus? Ophiuchus. There it is. I don't know. Why still working, 1-1?
Yeah.
Please flog the like button on your way. Anyways, yeah. So on Friday night and Friday Night Fuckery, we had We had a good discussion about the Idaho 4 case. I'm a little sleepy. My wife's a little sleepy. We've had a long day, but I still want to be able to chat with people on here. Oh, fook me. Austin Powers. Oh, fook me. Anyways, yeah, so that's great. We're all exhausted from the Idaho 4 this week. Yeah, Idaho 4 is a crazy case, and it just never stops, man. It never stops.
Yep.
There's a new Austin Powers movie coming. I kind of dig the Austin Power movies. They're kind of funny. The shadow play, what they do, the shadow shit on is some of the funniest shit ever. Like, I laugh my ass off on the stuff that they do with the shadow play. Anyways, I know normally I'm much more long-winded. You're going to have to feed me a question or come up on stage and talk to me if you want to get me going, because I'm just kind of chilling. I'm chilling like a villain to end our weekend here, or to start the weekend, I guess. End the week. Anything on your mind? So, did you see Disclosure Day? Disclosure Day. Is that the documentary? I saw the movie Disclosure. Let's see.
Yeah, I think it's a documentary, Disclosure Day, I think.
I'm a looking.
Spielberg?
I spelled disclosure wrong. That's what happens when you're on Friday Fuckery. According to this little my research assistants, Disclosure Day is probably one of the more interesting science fiction films. So not a documentary necessarily, released this year. It's directed by Steven Spielberg and written by David Cope, who also wrote Jurassic Park and War of the Worlds. It's about a cybersecurity expert named Daniel Kellner, played by Josh O'Connor, who comes into possession of evidence tied to a decades-long... Oh, I remember seeing the advertisements for Disclosure Day. It kind of hinted at a lot of shit that you're not sure what they were talking about. Anyways, a lot of evidence tied to a decades-long conspiracy involving extraterrestrial contact. He teams up with Margaret Fairchild, played by Emily Blunt, a meteorologist whose own past becomes intertwined with the mystery. They uncover a powerful organization, the Wardex, that has been suppressing evidence of alien contact for years. As governments lose control of the narrative, humanity approaches the moment when the existence of extraterrestrial intelligence can no longer be hidden. The Disclosure Day. I want to see this. Is it out? It must be out because people are asking if I've seen it. All right. How much do I have to pay to see this movie? Hold on.
And JC Fitzpatrick would like you to post the link for the book of Enoch that you are using.
Okay. We need to put that on the list of for what do you call it? The affiliate links. I don't think we have the affiliate program set up. Maybe we do.
I don't know if we do for this channel or not, but we should do that.
I would imagine. I think it's all related to the same thing. So probably. Hold on. Here it is. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get the link, the affiliate link. Yeah. Yes, I've got the affiliate link. All the affiliate link means is that if you buy it through our link, we get a little extra, little tiny spiff for it.
You're not paying anything extra. So
yeah, you're not paying anything extra, but we get a little something if you buy it through our link. That should be, I don't know if you want to test it, Robin. That should be the link to First Enoch, the Hermania translation. That's the one that I'm using online. Living Dead Girl says, look up videos on the 13th sign, and you will see it's pronounced Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus. See? Ophiuchus. We're still arguing about whether it's Ophiuchus or Ophiuchus. I'll believe whatever at the moment. I may want to prove Jeff is wrong. It's all good. Tomato. It's all good. You know what the hell we're talking about. It's all good. Just because I don't believe in something doesn't mean it's not real. I just don't trust anything or anyone. Oh, I get that. All right. Looking for more comments, questions. Anybody wants to come up? You did put the link out there for people to join us.
I did. Come on up, people. Tell
If you
us
do
a
come up,
ghost story.
if you do come up, we do have some. I have some personal requests. Please don't make your appearance on camera be a testimonial about your religious beliefs and try to call people to your religion and make a testimony. If you want to share your understanding of things, that's perfectly fine. But I do tend to get a little groggy when people get up and want to make a testimony to try to say why you have to believe in a certain religious system or whatever. It's okay to share your understanding of things as long as you do it like that. My understanding is here's how it works, but not one of those preachy, you need to come to whatever kind of things. That's what I try to be careful about.
Yep.
Just because we want to keep this pretty open-minded and allow people to disagree, sometimes it's good to disagree and to look at it from all perspectives.
Oh, there's Cat's Mojo. Hi.
Cat's
Haven't seen you
Mojo.
for a little while.
I know she sends me a lot of stuff on Discord, but I don't get to, I just kind of see all her stuff come in and I look at it and I click on it, but I don't have time to correspond with her. So I do appreciate all that stuff. Cat's Mojo, appreciate that. Questions, comments, anybody want to come up on screen with us? You want to ask something that you want me to riff on, talk about, give my opinions about, ask me a question. What do you think about? Do you believe in this, et cetera, et cetera? We're just, like I said, just kind of chilling. Spend a little time, but to wind down for the weekend. Yeah. Do you have any favorite fiction book or author? Are you asking me, Jen S? I guess you're asking me. I'm the only one here. Well, no, Robin's here too. Do I have any? Do I have any favorite fiction book or author? I would say that if I had a favorite author, it probably would still be Stephen King, just because of the number of books that I read from Stephen King when I was younger. And I really appreciate how he tells a story and you can get really wrapped into his books. So I think Stephen King's probably one of my favorite authors to this day. Favorite fiction book. There's a book that comes to mind and it's a weird, obscure one. It's called Druss, the Legend. I don't even remember who wrote it. It was written by a guy. It was a fantasy book about a legendary hero in fantasy times, like sword and sorcery kind of thing. But the guy wrote the book on his kind of his deathbed in a hospital as he was dying from cancer. And the book is really, in my opinion, just what I loved about it is you don't know when you read the book who the good guys and the bad guys are. In fact, he kind of tells the story from both sides and you simultaneously see the good guys for a while as good. And then you see them from the other side's point of view and you see them as bad. And you get to love everybody in the book and then you get to watch them all die. And it's awesome. it's just a weird book, but I love it. Probably one of my favorite books. But I love the Dragonlance series, the Dungeons and Dragons books from Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. I loved those. I loved Piers Anthony books for a while. I loved the Incarnations of Immortality series was amazing. I loved that stuff for the first few books that I read of that. Who was that wrote the Incarnations of Immortality? Anyways, so those are some of my favorites. But I liked horror a lot. I liked Koontz, Dean Koontz.
Yep, Dean Koontz.
Stephen King. Yeah.
Yep.
The Zamp series. Yeah, the Zamp series, yes.
Yep. Yeah, one of my favorite books by Stephen King is one that he actually wrote with Peter Straub. It's called The Talisman. And that is one of, they have been teasing for years and years that they're going to actually make a movie from it. And I hope and pray that they do, because it's a phenomenal book. And just the whole story is just amazing. And I want to see some of these characters brought to life. I really, really do. So that it's an excellent, I have read it. I don't even know how many times, and I would love to see that become a movie.
Yeah. It was funny because when you said Peter Straub, I thought, isn't that King's alter ego? But no, his other pen name was Richard Bachman. So he wrote some books under Richard Bachman. But yeah, Straub is a different author. Yeah.
Yep. So, yep.
Ramsden wrote a book on Koontz. Interesting.
Huh.
Did you ever read Anne McCaffrey's Dragons of Pern? No, I didn't read Dragons of Pern. I have been intrigued by the Dragons of Pern series for a long time. Just like I've been intrigued by David, Who did the oh shit? Another fantasy series, really, really popular that everybody's read. The shortest Sword of Shannara, I think series. I tried the Wheel of Time series. Oh my god, that's a slog. I got a friend that reads all of those books and reads them over and over again. I don't know how he does it. The books are like that thick. They're enormous, but Straw Broke Ghost Story. Ghost Story was a great movie. I enjoyed the movie so much. Ghost Story, the movie, really good stuff, I thought.
Yeah, I really wish the Odd Thomas books from Dean Koontz would get made into proper movies. They did do one Odd Thomas movie, but I didn't think it really matched the book as well as it could have. But I hope somebody does something with those someday.
Hellraiser and Clive Barker. Another. I loved the movie. I didn't read the book. The Langoliers. Was that the book that had kind of like the tarot cards and magic kind of mixed together? I can't. Maybe that wasn't the Langoliers. I'm not sure about that one. I've ever read that. I used to read.
I think the Langoliers was the one at the airport.
Okay. Clive Barker's books,
yes.
Hellraiser and the Books of Blood.
Yeah, the Langoliers was the one from at the airport. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that was good.
They made that into a TV series?
Yeah, I believe it was the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a movie.
Time travel. I love time travel. I love time travel stuff. Some of the weirdest. Gosh, speaking of time, we're all over the place. Speaking of time travel, there's a movie that I like. A friend of mine, my best friend, said, "I hate you, DA." He didn't use DA because he calls me something else, but I hate you because you wasted my life and I want my life back. Because I recommended a movie that you should watch. Because I like deep thinking movies. There's a movie called Primer, and it has to do with time travel, and I freaking love it. But I have to say with the caveat, it's not for everybody because my friend said, "Oh my God, you wasted my life. I want my life back." But I'm like, no, that's an amazing movie. How the hell did you miss it? It's an obscure movie called Primer. Highly recommend it. But with the caveat that some people say I owe them their life back for the time that they watched the movie. But I loved it. Another great movie I like that is called The Endless, which had a little bit of a time travel, time loop kind of thing. Spaceships Earth. I remember a series I loved about Earth. It was kind of a satirical look about sci-fi, aliens, and Earth. What was it called? Mission Earth? I think it was the Mission Earth series. Holy shit, that shit was fun to read. The author is involved with the movie. It's good. For example, the original Shining, Stephen King worked on the remake. Yeah, I heard
yes.
Stephen King hated the original.
Yes,
the original
remake. His remake that he did, which was turned it into a like a miniseries, was amazing, and
nice.
That's really what they should have done with it from the beginning. The thing that Lovecraft, the thing people forget about Stephen King is that he writes about humanity a lot. He doesn't I mean, yes, there's the horror aspect, but what Stephen really writes about is a lot about the human condition and how you respond to adversity and stuff like that. So I really liked the miniseries. I mean, the movie's great, but the miniseries I thought had a lot more heart to it. So I liked it better.
I didn't watch a lot of Babylon 5, but I know a lot of people are super Babylon 5 fans, and I think there's deeper meaning to Babylon 5, so that's probably a really good one. The remake of Battlestar Galactica also, I think, got pretty philosophical. I love when they add a little extra element to it for deep thinkers. So Battlestar Galactica was another series I think they started to add, and I know that I watched a couple seasons of it, and I was like, oh yeah, they're layering in some deeper religious stuff on top of the Battlestar Galactica. Memento was fantastic. Yes, absolutely. Memento is one of my favorite movies. I have only seen it a couple times, but I really liked it. I love those thinking kind of movies that make you think. Memento was amazing. Yeah, a lot of people love Memento. Good shit. Inception is another great movie. See, we're just talking bullshit. We're just talking shit. We're talking about movies. Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap was cool. I liked
Love the TV show Quantum Leap.
Constantine, the comic / turned into a movie. Very good shit. Primal Fear. Yeah, good shit. I wish I could read more. I've lost my ability to just read books and enjoy books. Something happened in my 20s where I used to devour books when I was in my teens, and then somewhere in my 20s I became fascinated with the anything that was based on reality. So if there was a fiction book and they said something and I'm like, wait a minute, I wonder if that's really real, I would put the fiction book down and go research, and then I would never come back because I'd be on a rabbit hole chasing, is that really real? Is that based on, does that really happen so somehow I got to the point where it was very hard for me to read a fiction book because I couldn't just stay with I can watch fiction movies all day long and completely forget and wrap myself into the fiction. But if I'm reading fiction, I oftentimes get stuck in like, wait a minute, is that based on reality? I gotta go look that up. And then I lose track. Have you watched Project Hail Mary? Don't know that one. X-Files. X-Files was great as well. Battlestar Galactica shows our age. I'm talking about the remake. The remake's not as old as the original Battlestar Galactica. There was a remake done. Do you know that? There was a remake done because you're right. And it was weird watching the remake when you know the original because you're like, what the hell? They did some weird. The Quantum Leap.
Yeah, because they made the one main character a woman instead of.
Yeah, exactly. Starbuck or whatever. Yeah, Starbuck was. Yeah, they made it into a female. Yeah, and that was good. They did a good job on it. Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt. Yeah. Yeah, I used to watch that a lot. What else do we got? We got a lot of people talking about movies and books. Any questions? The truth is out there. X-Files, old school Twilight.
Yeah, yeah.
And now for me, the new spin on that kind of genre is Black Mirror. I love Black Mirror, which to me is like Twilight Zone on steroids. It's good shit. But Twilight Zone was very good. Tales from the Dark Side. Do I remember Tales from the Dark Side? I don't know.
Oh God, yeah. I haven't thought about that for a long time.
Keep it coming. We'll figure out something to talk about. Black Mirror is so good. Yeah, Black Mirror's got some great episodes. Really fun stuff.
What's your favorite episode from that?
Me?
Yeah, Black Mirror. Tell us more.
Well, I mean, Black Mirror has a whole bunch. They're very, very different stories. There was one that they did about a werewolf that was fantastic. There was one they did on AI where I think it was a woman who lost her husband. Now was it the way around? Shit, now it's been a while. But anyway, somebody basically had taken AI to the extent of being able to recreate their spouse, but then things go haywire. I love that shit. Like what if what we ask for is a bad idea, right? One person there was an episode where they had this guy. I remember what it was. There was a guy and he had his wife implanted in his head so she'd always be with him, like AI version. And then he goes to take a piss and his wife starts bitching because he didn't wash his hands after taking a piss. And he's like, get out of my head. Like he gets pissed because his wife's nagging at him all the time in his head. It sounded like a good idea at the first point. And I was like, oh yeah,
that's funny.
But probably there's two quintessential big ones on the Black Mirror. One was kind of about it was like a kind of a Star Trek spinoff it's my favorite one, and I can't remember what they called it there. But anyways, it was a guy who basically created an AI world, and he trapped real people in his alternate reality, and he would do horrible things to them. And it was because he could do all the rules. It's a phenomenal show.
Wow!
They did a couple of episodes based on that Star Trek Enterprise one where he was kind of the captain of his own ship. He'd go to work as this nerdy programmer, and then he'd load up his program, and then he would take girls from the office. He'd get their DNA, and he'd load it into the system, and he'd create a replica of them, and trap them in his system, in his virtual world, and do whatever he wanted to them. And it was some fucked up shit. It was awesome. That one, and they also did a really, really interesting one where they had a pick your own adventure. Very ambitious. They had an episode where you could use your remote while watching Black Mirror, and you could pick what path the characters go on, and the ending of the show would depend on how you interacted with the movie, and it was really cool.
That's cool.
If you could watch one movie the rest of your life, mine is Raising Arizona. Really? I watched that. I don't remember. I know a lot of people love that movie, and I would probably say mine, and who wants to watch the same movies for the rest of their life, but I would say mine would probably be Princess Bride. I've watched that so many times. I don't know that I I mean, I'm sure I could, but if I could, I don't know that I could get tired of The Princess Bride. I love that show for some freaking reason. But yeah, that would be. I don't care how much you love something. If that's all you can watch for the rest of your life, you'd hate it. There's just no way. What else? Isn't Raising Arizona? Wasn't Arizona the name of a child? And it was about these guys raising this little girl named Arizona. Was that the one? Or I'm thinking of it had like Nick Nolte in it and somebody. Was that Raising Arizona?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High, another classic. Father of the Bride 1 and 2. Huh. Boy, what the hell are we doing here? We're just doing movie trivia. It's okay. I've never sat through Princess Bride. Oh my gosh. So much of my life is just a quote from that movie. My wife's like, knock it off. Never get into a battle of wits with a Sicilian when death is on the line. Sorry, I can quote that whole movie, I think. It's hilarious. I love that movie. Yeah, I guess you just have to be in the... Nicolas Cage was in Raising Arizona. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clue was entertaining. And that also, if I remember, Clue, the movie, had different endings that showed up in the theaters. Depending on where you went, you saw a different ending of the movie Clue. So that was kind of cool. David Lynch movies are cool. Who's David Lynch? I'm trying to remember that name. That sounds familiar. John Goodman and Nick. Was it still though? Was it about a little girl named Arizona? Is that what that Raising Arizona is about? I just had the actors wrong, I guess. Lee, you should do a live from a haunted location. Where are you at? Yes, I would enjoy that. I would probably enjoy that. I'm in Oregon. The most haunted place in Oregon is very, very near to me, which is Hot Springs in Oregon. And the problem is I've reached out to the owners of that hot springs multiple times. They've even done specials with Ghost Adventures and other kind of shows or whatever, and they won't respond to me. So I don't know if they don't want to have anything to do with that anymore or what, but I would love to do something on that.
Yeah, but you are going to be doing, you said you might be going looking for Sasquatches.
Yeah. There's a Sasquatch festival happening nearby here as well, and so I might get some stuff on that. So I guess nobody was named Arizona in the movie Raising Arizona, so I must be getting that confused with something else. You're young, you got your health. What you want with a job? Raising Arizona. How about Friday? Because it's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got nothing to do. The Coen brothers movies were great, right? And I'm talking the Coen brothers, I believe, were the ones that did. I told you that I liked the movie The Endless. I think that was the Coen brothers. Was that the Coen brothers? I think the Coen brothers was the Endless, and something with an R. Shit. Was that the Coen brothers? I think it was.
I don't know.
The Usual Suspects. Usual Suspects is one of I love that movie, especially if you don't know the actors, so that you can just enjoy it. Once you start to realize that some of these actors are famous, you realize, oh, well, I'm not going to be surprised by this. Quentin Tarantino movies. Yeah. I love Quentin Tarantino movies, not as much as everyone. Like I liked Pulp Fiction. I liked Jackie Brown. I loved the Hollywood one, One Night in Hollywood or something like that. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Loved that. But you've got to have a different type of taste to enjoy Quentin Tarantino. Kaiser Sose and The Goodfellas. Not a big gangster movie kind of. Look, we're just all I'm doing is talking movies. You know, I used to watch a ton of movies. Dusk Till Dawn is awesome. Yes. This is what we've come here to do, is do movies.
Hey, whatever.
We're easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I have a friend that loves to talk just using Pulp Fiction quotes.
I have a question. What is one horror movie out there that you guys think has some truth to it?
Good question for them. I got an answer, but yeah.
What's your answer?
Well, The Exorcist is one, because I know it's based on a true story. Now, how much they stretched it or not, I don't know, but that is based on a true story. The Entity as well, another one based on a true story. Yeah, somebody said the entity right there. The Devil's Rejects. There has to be other haunted places. Yeah.
Rose Red.
Red.
Yeah, that was an excellent miniseries. That was a Stephen King. That was excellent.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is awesome. I loved it. It was a great reimagining of the Manson murders.
Yeah, that was very good.
It was awesome. And I didn't see it coming because I didn't know that's what it was about for a while until I started to catch on, and then I was like, oh, this is hilarious. Amityville Horror, also based on a true location. I missed going to the house. When I was out in New York, one was going to take me to the Amityville house, and I knew the location. I could have drove there by myself, but we didn't end up going by the Amityville house. And in fact, I think they changed the address of the Amityville house to try and avoid looky-loos from going and checking it all the time and bugging people that own the place. But yeah, that was another place that I should have gone to see. I should have also gone to Montauk, which was the basis of Stranger Things for the kids at Montauk Project. The Omen, yeah, The Omen. Rosemary's Baby, by the way, yeah. I think Rosemary Baby wasn't necessarily based on reality; it might have been just 100% fiction. The Shining, I would say that's fiction as well, 100%. But who knows in our world? Did I break your concentration? The Haunting of Connecticut. Haven't heard of that one. We've walked the Exorcist stairs many times. Oh, the big staircase where the priest falls down the stairs or whatever. That's crazy. I wonder, Jeff, did you feel anything off about the staircase, and if you did, do you think it was all in your head because of the movie? Did you actually feel any weirdness when you were there, or was it just purely a like, this is cool, this is where the movie was made? Or Ezekiel 25:17. I'd have to look up that one. I don't have the Bible memorized. I know a lot about it, but I don't have it memorized. Let's look it up real quick. Was that from The Exorcist, Ezekiel 27? By the way, did you know in The Exorcist, check this out. Did you know that in The Exorcist, there was a little statue called Pazuzu? It was the statue of Pazuzu at the beginning of Exorcist. An archaeologist kind of uncovers this statue. I've been told as a weird trivia that in a lot of Disney movies for children, Pazuzu shows up in the images, like it'll be on like a shelf in the back or whatever, like the thing. Like, and if that's true, how weird is it that somebody in Disney decided it was a good idea to put the Pazuzu statue from The Exorcist in children movies? I don't know if it's true or not.
I don't know. There's a lot of rumors out there about the Disney movies and shit, so I don't know.
I'm going to look up that trivia real quick and see if I can figure it out.
All right.
Okay, check this out. Here's what I asked: is the statue Pazuzu from The Exorcist and other movies? Yes, but usually as either the actual Mesopotamian demon or as an homage to The Exorcist. Pazuzu appears in The Exorcist, obviously, in 1973, in Exorcist 2, The Heretic in 77, and Exorcist 3 in 1990, and The Exorcist Beginnings in 2004, and The Exorcist TV show in 2016 to 18. It has also appeared in the movie Legend, 1985 by Ridley Scott, Scary Movie 2 in 2001, Repossessed, a comedy, in 1990, Godzilla, the King of Monsters in 2019, Futurama, the cartoon, The Simpsons, Once Upon a Time, Supernatural, Diablo, and Dark Pictures, House of Ashes, and other video games have had Pazuzu in it. So I guess there's nothing about Disney in this. So maybe that was wrong. Maybe I was told wrong about the Disney thing. So don't go repeat that shit. I don't want anybody to be at the heart of that one. Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal Lecter. Exorcist 2 was horrible. Yeah. Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one scared me. Then after that, it became a joke. But I grew up in that era. I grew up in the era of Friday the 13th, Halloween, and then kind of later, I think, was that was the beginnings. The beginnings of that horror genre when I was younger was Friday the 13th and Halloween. I think Nightmare on Elm Street kind of came along a little later and very, very quickly became campy and a joke. And so did all the other ones. They started to make it be funny when people died, and that didn't set right with me. It's like, so we're laughing when people die because we think it's like funny, and I don't know, it was kind of weird. Legend was great, nice, thank you, yeah. Halloween is awesome. I know one's a big Halloween fan, Michael Myers.
Oh yeah.
I liked Rob Zombie's imagination of the young Michael Myers. I thought that was pretty cool myself. I liked the new take on that. Once Upon a Time is Disney. Once Upon a Time. Okay. I was like, Once Upon a Time is Disney. Oh, it's probably he's talking about the Pazuzu statue, because I was wondering if the Pazuzu statue had shown up in other episodes, because I had heard that. I heard the Pazuzu statue, and in fact, by the way, in the Fox Hollow murders, I thought the guy had a Pazuzu ring on, but that could have been a different kind of ring. I wonder. I love all the Rob Zombie movies. I didn't see some of the Rob Zombie movies. I know he did a few horrors that I heard were really good. I can't remember what the names of them were. Maybe you can remember. Night Stalker. Oh my gosh, what a throwback. Night Stalker. Kochek. Oh my gosh, what a throwback. Did you ever watch the Night Stalker, Robin?
Why do I
It's an
I'm
old
not sure.
series. It's an old
I may
series.
have. Was that from like the 80s?
Yeah,
Or
probably
70s?
at least, maybe even the 70s. Maybe even the 70s.
Well, I was born in
Oh.
71, so.
And the lead actor, hold on. Who was in Night Stalker TV series? And when did it air? This is going to be a throwback. Check this out.
Mm-hmm.
It was 74 through 75. It was only 1 year, 20 episodes. The Night Stalker was 1 year. Carl Kochek was played by Darren McGavin.
Yeah. Well, see, that was back when television, a season was at least 20 episodes
20
long.
episodes. Yeah.
Yeah. And anymore today, you're lucky if you
And
get
Night
10.
Gallery. Yeah. Night Gallery was good. Night Gallery was kind of a precursor to Twilight Zone, it felt like, or something. Maybe it was the other way around. Maybe Night Gallery spin up. I feel like there was some significance between those two, but Darren McGavin. What a throwback. Devil's Rejects, 3 from Hell and House. Oh yeah. So that's the Rob Zombie movies, the Devil's Rejects. From the House of 1,000 Corpses are Rob Zombie movies. Yeah. Alfred Hitchcock movies. Yeah, Alfred Hitchcock movies are, they're mostly black and white, right? I think, and they never really scared me too much. You got Psycho, right? We've got the Birds. You've got the one about the window. What the hell is I thinking?
Rear Window.
The Rear Window.
Rear Window. Yeah.
Lost in Space. The Devil's Rejects is. I don't know if I watched the Devil's Rejects. I'm not sure if I watched a lot of the Rob Zombie ones. So are they? Here's the thing. Like in my old age, I got to the point where I didn't like splatter films so much. So like when Saw was starting to become a thing and all it was just massive gore, for me, I was like, man, what happened to the good old days of horror when it was more about the psychological aspect and maybe some jump scares. I'm not a big fan of jump scares, but when they got really gory and it was all about having graphic blood, I was like, man, I'm showing my age because I just don't enjoy the graphic blood anymore. And I thought the Rob Zombie ones were pretty bloody. 31 was underrated. Okay. A Royale with cheese. You know what they call this? And a Royale with cheese. Don't mean I don't eat dirty motherfucker. Anyways. Wow, we're just like movie trivia night.
Yeah. But it's about paranormal stuff.
Right. I'm trying to think of some of my favorite deep thinking movies. Like I really like the crazy weird shit. There was one about a bunch of guests that are having dinner when a meteor goes over and it turns into like this weird like time portal warping shit. It was really good. I really liked that as well. The Hellraiser movies. I did like the first Hellraiser for sure. I like Pinhead. Pinhead was a very unique bad guy. One of my favorite, by the way, horror/comedy movies is The Cabin in the Woods. Absolute required watch. If you're even remotely a horror fan, in my opinion, you must watch The Cabin in the Woods if you haven't. Freaking hysterical, because it basically plays off of all the horror tropes, but it does it in a it's got gross moments, but it's good shit. I'm telling you, and it fits along with my Beyond channel because it talks about like countries performing rituals to keep the old gods at bay so they don't come back and show their wrath on earth, kind of thing. So they do these weird rituals and get people to what did somebody say stupidest movie ever? Oh my god, my wife just got a divorce because she said Cabin in the Woods is a stupid. That's it. Fucking file the papers. That if she had, the only thing worse would have been Princess Bride if she'd shit on Princess Bride. Evil Dead, great movie. I loved Evil Dead. Saw the movie. I'm not sure if I liked Saw, but Evil Dead I think was originally supposed to be a horror, but it kind of turned out to be funny. But I kind of viewed the first one kind of scary. The Key and Peele dude does good horror. That was I didn't watch his first movie, but I heard a lot of people liked it. Oh, Rhonda doesn't like parodies. And what was she saying was a parody? The Cabin in the Woods. I don't know if I'd call The Cabin in the Woods a parody, but it's all good. I'll forgive her this one time. The Prestige. I like The Prestige. That was good. Yeah. Tucker and Dale versus Evil is hilarious. Yeah, I did see that. And that was pretty funny. Beetlejuice. And I won't say it a third time. That'll just get us in trouble. I binge watched all the Resident Evil movies. Yeah, Resident Evil was pretty cool. I like playing the Resident Evil computer games. They're very immersive. If you turn off all the lights and you put on some headphones so you get the full surround sound kind of feel, it's some good shit. The Conjuring has had some weird effects on me. Not a super, I kind of am turned off by the ultra religious stuff in movies, which makes it weird that I like well, I don't know if I like The Exorcist. The Exorcist bothers me, but it is, but I don't, for some reason, I don't view The Conjuring on the same level as The Exorcist for what it's worth. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Now there's a terrifying movie. Any other favorite books that are movies that you have to do with? I'm trying to think of movies that have to do with like deep thinking brain twisters. I mean, Inception's a really good one. The Matrix, of course, is a really good one. But I like those movies that you come away talking about it for the next year after you watched the film. The Conjuring was based on a lot of BS. Yeah, I think so as well. I do. The first Nightmare on Elm Street was kind of scary. Burnt Offerings with Betty Davis.
That is a phenomenal movie. If you guys have not seen this movie, S's mom loved this movie. We had to watch it probably like once every 3 months or so. And wow. It's a great freaking movie. So yeah, you need to, I don't even know if you can find it anymore, but we used to have it. It's a great movie.
Speaking about a movie that nobody ever watches, and it has nothing to do with Burnt Offerings, and it has nothing to do with horror films. Did you ever watch the movie Mousetrap that had Christopher Reeves and I can see his face. Now I can't think of
Joe
it.
Pesci?
No. Michael. Come on, somebody's got it. Anyways, great movie. One of my favorites.
You mean the comedy one?
It was kind of a comedy horror. Yeah, it was kind of a comedy horror.
Okay, no, not
Mousetrap. It was about a writer. It was about a writer, Michael Caine. Michael Caine played a writer who was kind of like a famous writer, but he was on a writing writer's block. And then Christopher Reeve, Superman, comes in as a young and up and coming writer who's inspired by Michael Caine, and he wants to show him a manuscript. Michael Caine sees Christopher Reeve come to his house with a manuscript that nobody's ever seen and thinks this is the greatest idea ever. I'm just going to kill him and take his book so I can have my next novel. And then it just gets crazy from there, and it's awesome shit.
Oh,
awesome
no,
shit.
we'll have to look into that one.
Donnie Darko, good shit. I liked it. Rhonda hated it, but that's a good. I liked it. Event Horizon, good movie. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels has Michael Caine. Yeah, I think so. Correct. Yeah, Michael, if you haven't seen Mousetrap, I really recommend you watch it. It's worth it. It's got some great moments. Identity. I don't remember the movie Identity. Is this all we're doing? Is movie trivia tonight? That's okay, I guess. I mean, it's okay. It's Friday night. I'm winding down. Anything else you guys want to talk about? We can keep talking about movies. That's fine. We can talk about books. That's fine. But certainly not what I expected on a Beyond channel thing. But it's not out of the realm of why not. Troubled Ocean, Moon. A movie called Moon. There was a movie I saw about the moon.
No, what was that about? Oh, dang.
Like two guys that were on a space station. Is that what she's talking about? That was a good
I'm
movie.
not sure.
Of course, I have my next series or my next video of As Above, So Below about the moon coming up. But I don't think it's what she's talking about. How about a discussion on free choice versus destiny? There you get into religion.
Yeah, I was just going to say that could get a little dicey.
What's the movie with Michael Keaton? What's the movie with Michael Keaton that never cuts away from the camera the whole movie? There's several movies made like that are shot in one shot. But Michael Keaton was Michael Keaton in one? Was Birdman shot in one shot? There's a couple of movies that were shot in one continuous shot. There's one that was just recently done. It was kind of done by some European people, by meaning like UK or whatever, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was pretty good too. It was the one with the little boy, that supposedly was accused of murdering somebody, and the whole series was about this little boy, and it was all shot in one continuous take. It was really good shit. Interesting stuff. Question for Lee: how many decks of tarot cards do you have now? Meaning what I already had and the new stuff, probably 30, 25, 30, maybe. In fact, what's funny is I found a deck that I have in my possession that has never been opened. I own a deck that I bought for myself that I have never opened. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I never opened this? Huh. Tell me, are zombies a metaphor for something? I don't know. Are zombies a metaphor for something? I don't know. That's a kind of a deep question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who came up with the first zombie film. What were they thinking when they made it? Were they trying to make a statement about humanity being zombies that just act on instinct? I don't know. Jeff, as he's telling Jeff that Burnt Offerings is good, not gory, but more suspense. I love suspense.
Yeah.
So did I open it? Cat's Mojo is talking about the deck that I have that I own that I didn't open. No, I haven't opened it. It's still sealed behind me. It is. It's an. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, Scanners. Janae just pulled out an old. Oh my gosh, yeah. Scanners with Michael York. I think Michael York was in Scanners. People that had the ability with their brain to kind of like. They could concentrate and make you get nosebleeds and eventually like explode your head. It was crazy shit. They'd scan you and be able to scan your, and another movie like Scanners. What was it called? There was a movie where they would use a gun and it would flash you and then you'd lose time and then they could do anything that they wanted to during that time that you were flashed. No, it's not Men in Black. It was and they were using models, like pretty models. Looker. That's the one. Looker. I loved the movie Looker. For some reason, Scanners and Looker, Looker was a really interesting movie as well. As well as an old movie with Gene Simmons and the robots. What was that one? I think it had Oh my gosh, my mind must be getting old. Magnum PI. Was it the Magnum PI guy?
Tom Selleck?
Tom Selleck and Runaway. Runaway. I think that was what it was called. Runaway. I think was that Tom Selleck and Gene Simmons. I think that's a really good movie. The story goes, by the way, Gene Simmons, the famous bassist from Kiss, was auditioning for the film. And the story I heard was the director had asked Gene Simmons to just give him a look. He said, "Stare at me and make me feel like you want to kill me." And as soon as he did it, he's like, "You're fucking hired. Like, I don't care if you can act, you're hired." Like that look. so that was the story I heard. Yeah. Runaway had bullets that would go around corners and chase you and follow you. Outsiders, that's a movie from the about the gangs, right? The Outsiders was famous books from about the gangs, young kids in the gangs. Shawshank Redemption, one of Rhonda's favorite movies. I use the concept they talk about in Looker in my video editing, where they track eye movements as test subjects watch their TV ads. Yeah, they'd have people watch TV and then they track where your eyes go, and like if you're checking out the boobs on the female person in the ad, they'd be able to see where your attention focus was, and they'd use that to target ads and figure out where people were, what their attention was on, and how to get your attention where they want your attention, kind of thing. I remember that being a part of the Looker show. Rumblefish, that's part of the whole series, right? With the Outsiders. And there's another book though. What's the most famous book? Outsiders was a sequel, wasn't it? And Rumblefish was a third sequel. What was the first book in that series? Was it The Outsiders, or was The Outsiders the first one and Rumblefish was the sequel? I don't remember. The weirdest movie I've ever seen that I actually watched the whole thing was Tusk. Seven was a good movie. I don't remember Tusk. Seven was a good movie. I liked Seven a lot. What's in the box? I love that. You checking out there, Robin? What are you doing?
No.
Look at you, spaced off. Seven was good. I liked Seven a lot. What the hell are we doing here? We're just talking movies over and over and over again. Janae, you missed Friday Night Fuckery. It was a lot of yelling. It was a lot of screaming. It was a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there.
Powder was interesting. I kind of liked Powder. I only watched it once, but it was okay. Lee, are you into the DC and Marvel movies? And if yes, oh my gosh, no. And don't take offense at that. Like, I have had such a problem with all the Marvel movies that have come out one after another. I'm like, but I did laugh hysterically for some reason at whichever Marvel movie it was when like Hulk grabbed Loki and just fucking smashed him around, just bam, 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 and like it just whipped him around like a rag doll. I laughed my ass off on that scene. Because he did this huge, enormous speech about what a powerful God he is, and then
yep,
I laughed my ass off.
Have you ever seen Deadpool?
Yeah, Deadpool is amazing. I don't see.
Deadpool's an Avenger movie.
No, Deadpool stands on its own, and that's hysterical. I love
it is, but no, he's part. He's supposed to be. They're supposed to be going to do another movie, and he's going to be brought into the main thing of it. So there's been a lot of speculation about, the Avengers is not going to be,
C. Thomas Howell was definitely. I'm almost certain C. Thomas Howell was in The Outsiders, and Patrick Swayze probably was too. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Rhonda would know. She's a Patrick Swayze fan, so she's nodding. Yes, Patrick Swayze was in The Outsiders. So yeah. Deadpool is my spirit animal. Deadpool, the opening of the first Deadpool with the slow motion cinematography and shit.
Yeah,
that's some of the best. That's some of the best filmmaking in history. Like I was like, oh my, the music, the cinematography, the humor. I laughed my ass off. I just like, it was all like the Just Call Me Angel song playing and all the weird shit. I laughed my ass off. It was hysterical. Deadpool has been in a movie with Wolverine already. Very cool. Yeah. Wolverine's not one of my. That's where I start to lose. For some reason, in the DC world, the Marvel world, I start to lose it. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know why. But I guess I got. You know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to show my My problem is I like deep thinking movies, and Marvel movies kind of epitomized people no longer cared about plot. They just wanted explosions and cinematography. So all these movies came out one after another because it didn't have to have a plot anymore. It's just explode shit, fly shit around and look cool and do poses. And I was like, where's the fucking plot on this? I see you're disagreeing with me. I get it. You disagree. I don't think there's plot in those movies. It's just fun. It's the shit. Anyways, that's where I started to lose it, I guess. The Shape of Water.
There's plot.
Crud dogs, let's break out the Ouija board. Not tonight. Not tonight. In time. Sorry, that's an Exorcist line. In time. Let's see. The Shape of Water was okay. I did watch The Shape of Water. And I kind of liked it. I just don't remember it sticking with me as a great movie, but I did like it. I did watch it. I got to work on a movie Michael Bay directed, complete arsehole, but lots of fun. Oh, I'm sure Michael Bay. That's a big name to be able to work on. So that's very cool. Too bad you had a bad experience, but sometimes I think geniuses can be, I don't know if he's a genius, but some people, when you get to that level, can be perceived as assholes. My best friend is a comic book artist for DC, Marvel, and Dark Horse. Oh, very cool. I was always looking for adult comics, meaning not like porn comics, but like comics that have a dark edge. I think Scarab was a series that I was told would be good. So I think I got a couple of issues of Scarab magazine in sealed plastic that I've never even opened and read. But I'm not really a big comic book guy.
Thank you for the little jewels, Wanda Woman. Appreciate that. She sent a high five.
I like movies that have my mouth open at the end. Yeah, I like that too. I like the movies that surprise you. There was a movie, I think Rhonda watched it with me. I can't remember. And it was a movie that the entire movie, I kept saying, why the fuck are we still watching this? And then she wanted to turn it off. And I'm like, no, you don't come this long in a movie and turn it off. Sometimes the payoff is in the last, and I shit you not, that movie, I think it was called The Enemy. And I think the payoff was literally in the last 30 seconds of the movie. You watch the whole movie and I'm just like, why the hell am I? And the payoff is in the last like 30 seconds. And I'm not even sure it was a great payoff. It was just like, what the fuck? So that and another movie that had me feeling that same way was a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. It was a snooze fest, the whole movie. And I kept thinking, wait for the payoff. It's got to have something at the end. There's got to be something. Davey, what's up? Yeah, I can't remember. The Enemy was not a great movie. It was entertaining enough that I kept through it the whole way, but the payoff was the end, I guess, because then it made you go back and rethink the whole movie, and that's what I like. Kind of like Sixth Sense. The first time I watched Sixth Sense, where you watch the whole movie, and it wasn't until the end that you're like, now I got to go back and watch the whole movie again to see all the things I missed. Deliverance scared the crap out of me. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, the movie thing has been fun. I'm starting to get sleepy. I know Rhonda's getting sleepy. I think we're going to wrap up pretty soon, but do we have any last minute discussion you guys want to ask about before we wrap up? Cause it's been a long day. And we had a lot of energy in the fuckery show. I don't want to leave everybody hanging that came up here, but if you got any last minute questions you want to ask or talk about, let me know. I hope that you will check out the Book of Enoch series. Another episode's coming out on Sunday. Squeal Like a Pig from Deliverance. Ooh, you got a pretty mouth. All the Aliens movies were good. Yeah. I liked Aliens 2 a lot. I liked Aliens 1, of course, because that's where you have to start. Silence of the Lamb disturbed Davey growing up. Shutter Island was interesting. Remember The Island of Dr. Moreau? Did you ever see The Island of Dr. Moreau? That's an old film. Aliens versus Predator. Yeah. All right. I think we're going to call it, Robin. What do you think? Is that all right?
All righty.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a sleepy peepee, so let's do this.
All righty.
Thank you all for coming.
Out, everyone.
Appreciate it very much. Hope that you will if you haven't done so already and you're here for the first time, hope you will like and subscribe to the channel. Check out some of the videos. We've got a lot of big, ambitious projects going on the Beyond channel that I think would be 13th Monkey. 13 Monkeys. Yeah, that's a good one as well. Anyways, thank you all. We will see you again, at least for the lives, probably a week from now on a Friday night, because that's when we've been doing. The only lives we've been doing is on Friday nights after the Friday Night Fuckery on the main channel. But I do have videos coming out during the week for the Beyond channel. So I hope you check that out. And Robin, thank you for being here as always. Yeah.
Don't forget about Sunday. Are we still doing a show with Sue on Sunday?
I don't know that Sue and I have anything planned for Sunday.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So yeah, Sue from Revelation Tarot and I have done a couple Sundays in a row, but I haven't talked to her about doing something on Sundays. I'm not sure. Although I will say Sue said she wanted to do a regular thing on Sunday, and that I had a standing invite to be there.
Yeah, so, because she asked me something about Sunday earlier. You better check with her tomorrow.
All right. So if Sue is doing her live on Sunday, I will be joining her at which will be 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, my time, which is 7 p.m. UK time. So if Sue does her Sunday show, and I haven't talked to her for a few days, but if she does it, I will likely be on the Sunday show with Sue from Revelation Tarot, co-streaming to this channel, and she will also stream it to her channel.
Right.
She is doing a live on Sunday. Okay.
Yes.
So if I'm invited to that, and I have no reason to believe I won't be invited, but if I was invited to that, I'll show up over there. She kind of, like I said, said I had a standing invite to show up anytime, but she didn't specifically ask me to be there this week. So we'll see how that goes. But again, there's no bad blood, whatever, at all between Sue and I. So I just haven't talked to her for a couple of days. She's been busy and I've been busy. So I'll touch base with her and make sure that she wants me on Sunday. And if so, I'll see you Sunday. If not, watch Shu's show on Shu whatever. I'll watch that show.
Shu show on Sunday.
Yeah. Shu shows on Sunday. It's a tongue twister. All right. That's it. We're out. See you guys later. Thanks for coming
Good
tonight.
night, guys.